it went off at all. I just kept talking. Sorry. But you can hear me now?
Clearly.
Okay, great. So you can see my first slide, the outline. Can you see my slide?
Yes, we can. We can see the outline.
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. So yes, I said begin with the end in mind. So we'll say where exactly, are you currently and what is the end in terms of
can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Develop a roadmap to get there. So
okay, all right, Fumi, please go ahead. We lost you again, but please go ahead.
Okay. People see their work in one of three ways. Okay. Most people see their work in one of three ways. You see it either as a job, as a career, or as a calling. Okay. So what is the difference between a job, a career, and a calling? A job is a way that you make money. So the focus when it comes to a job is on financial rewards. Just doing it to get money, maybe to be able to meet your needs, take care of your family, rather than it's just like it's a necessity to have a job, something that brings in money. Rather than for pleasure, or this is something I enjoy, or something that makes you feel fulfilled. That is a job. A career, on the other hand, is a pathway, a path of growing your skills, of promotion, and its focus mainly is on advancement. How are you moving forward? If it's just a job, it's okay so long as you are paid regularly and the money you are paid is okay to meet your needs, that's fine. But when it comes to a career, it goes beyond the matter of being paid. It now goes to being advancing from one level to another. And then a calling is the kind of highest. It's a purpose. It's something you enjoy. It's a way of fulfillment, deep personal fulfillment, focus on enjoying the process, being fulfilled, being socially or spiritually, depending on what kind of person you are, finding usefulness and fulfillment in what you do. So those are the three categories that you find yourself. And when I say job, of course, I'm using this terminology to include all of your work. So it doesn't mean you must be in paid employment. It can also be about being in a business. It can also be, about following a particular calling. So looking still on the introduction, there are some key elements or focus areas when it comes to personal development. There are some key areas that I think you need to focus on. That includes, of course, starting with self-awareness. This is the first pillar of emotional intelligence and is the key one to other aspects of development planning. If you don't know yourself, you'll be very limited. Anything that is offered to you, you will take. Anything you see, you just jump on it. Then the second is goal setting. Do you have a goal, or are you just celebrating New Year with people, celebrating end of year with people, year in, year out, you're just doing whatever your hand finds to do? Or do you have a clear goal? How do you manage your time? Time is one of the resources that everybody is given equal quantity. When you're given, everyone has 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. But some people use their time in a very productive way. Others use their time, they don't even know. They while away so much of the time. Some people spend so many hours strolling or watching one thing or the other on the internet or watching TV. Is that really what you want your life to be all about? And then emotional intelligence. Someone has said that emotional intelligence even takes you further than IQ. IQ is talking about how intelligent you are, how you deal with situations and issues. But emotional intelligence now includes knowing yourself, knowing others, how you relate with people, how you take full advantage of the situations and circumstances you find yourself. Then following on that is communication. If you know something, if you have a certain capacity and you're not able to communicate it successfully, then your ideas will stay within you. So communication is also a very, very key and important skill that you need to build in the course of developing yourself. And then resilience. Are you the kind of person that, once you start something, a roadblock, a challenge here and there, I'm sick and tired of this. No, I'm going to resign. Oh, this was not what I wanted to do. Oh, this business. They told me that you can make 4 times the money when you put your money there. And I've been doing it for 6 months now. Oh, I've been on it for 2 years now, and things are not going well. You have to have resilience. You have to have a staying power. I'll talk a little more about that. And of course, continuous learning. It is said that when you stop learning, is the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. So, and we don't want that. Continuous learning. There's nobody who gets to a position in life and you think, oh, I have arrived. I have nothing to learn anymore. My own is just to be teaching everybody. Like I said at the beginning of this session, I am also looking forward to hearing some of your stories, learning from them, and of course, taking my own life forward. So lifelong learning is critical to part of developing yourself. So I said the first thing is begin with the end in mind. What does that mean exactly? What does it mean to say begin with the end in mind? How would you see yourself? How do you see yourself now? How do you see yourself in 10 years? This is 2026. We might say, oh, nobody knows tomorrow. Who knows who will even be here next year? But plan, because you might be surprised. You'll be here in the next 20 years. And if you don't have any plan, 20 years will catch up with you and you'll just be where? So where do you see yourself 10 years from now? How would you actually describe yourself vividly? If I turned off my video now and my slides now and I said, comments from the audience, how do you see yourself in 10 years? I hope you have maybe something to write, but I don't know, because there's a lot of information that I hope will be useful for you. How do you see yourself in 10 years? If you took a notebook and a pen and you needed to describe yourself, in 10 years to someone, is that picture clear to you? Or you're just taking every day as it comes? Nobody knows tomorrow. Somebody said the best time, I think it was Wangari Maathai, the Kenyan professor lady who was a Nobel Peace Prize winner, I think, a few years back before she passed. She said the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now. So if in 2016, you were not very sure of how you will be looking like in 2026, and we're now here in 2026, and I'm asking you this question now, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Will we get to 2036 and you'll still be just coasting along, or will you be very clear that, oh, I expected to see myself in such and such a place, and I am very close to that, or I've even surpassed that? Because one of the principles of appreciative inquiry, as I say, is that what you focus on becomes your reality. So if you have not got a clear focus, then that will not become a reality, for you. Then 10 years, that might look like a long time. Oh, who can see 10 years? How about 5? By 2031, how would that halfway mark look? If, for example, you say, oh, so you want to run your own company, you want to be at the peak of your career, what does the peak of your career look like? What are some of the tools that you will use, to do this? 2 tools I'm presenting to you on this begin with the end in mind. The first is a personal vision statement. I'm sure we have all heard about mission statements and vision statement for organizations. But do you know that individuals also have vision statements? You can develop a vision statement for yourself and say, this is who I am. This is what I want to be known for. That is your personal vision statement. What is your personal brand? When they say Funmi Olukeye, what should come to the mind of the person? That, oh, Funmi Olukeye, who is Funmi Olukeye? Professionally, personally, in my family, all of them all together make who I am. So that is my personal brand. When I walk into a place, the brand I expect them to see. The same way when you just see ActionAid logo, just like the one on the corner of this, you just know, oh, what does ActionAid mean? What is what your personal brand should be? And you need to work on that. So the describing yourself and what the halfway mark look like, you can use these tools of your personal vision statement, developing a vision statement and a personal brand, to know what that end will look like. Then I talked about self-awareness, and when I was talking about the key points, that is the beginning of it all. How well do you know yourself? How well do you know yourself? Do you look into your mirror, as in reflect? What are the things you like? I'm talking about, we're still talking about career and personal development, because if you don't understand some of these things, you just be floundering and you won't know whether you're really moving forward or not. What are the things you like? What are the things that come naturally to you? There are some people, they can talk. It comes so naturally to them. Some people, they cannot talk to 3 people. Once it's more than 2 people standing in front of them, they cannot talk. But leave them alone, they can figure solutions out. They can dismantle an electronic item and put it back together. They can dismantle it and create something else out of it. They touch something, they cook, and the whole world starts to talk about how fantastic this cooking is. Or they interact with people and they are able to put people at ease, that people will open up and be themselves. So what are the things that come naturally to you? Some people like to work with figures. What are the things you struggle with? Some people, when it comes to certain things, no, don't even count them there. When it comes to playing a musical instrument, doing this and that, working in marketing or face-to-face selling, they cannot even pluck up courage to talk to a member of the opposite sex for a relationship, not to talk of go and be selling to strangers, total strangers. There are some things you struggle with. You know what they are. What would you do if you were not being paid for it? As in, like, there are some people, there are some natural talent and they enjoy doing those things that even if nobody is paying them, they will still do it. Some people are natural teachers. Some people are natural caregivers. Some are natural nurses. Some people are excellent doctors. Different areas, different aspects of life. And what would you not do even if you were paid to do it? When it comes to that, you look at what are your values. Understand yourself. This is still about self-awareness. And these are some of the exercises you will need to sit down and take time to do. So we have very limited time in this webinar. My eyes are on the time, but these are some key questions you need to ask yourself in the process of trying to develop your career and yourself personally. What are the tools we'll be using for this? A SWOT analysis. I don't know whether we're all familiar with the concept of SWOT analysis. SWOT is an acronym. It stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this time around, it's not about an organization. Oh, well, I work in this place and we've done SWOT analysis. No, it's about you. Have you done a SWOT analysis of yourself? So that's one thing I would say that you need to do. And then what are your values? Because it's like, okay, is it everything that, oh, there's money in this area, you will do it? There's money in drug dealing. Will you do it? Oh, will you say, if I can be sure they will not catch me, I will do it? Or are your values against that? We have our faith in one way or the other, where those things might impact on what kind of work we would do and what kind of businesses we can do. So the tools we'll be using for self-awareness is SWOT analysis and knowing your values. Write out, what are your values? What are the things that are non-negotiable, for you? This slide, please somebody confirm I'm still being heard loud and clear.
Very audibly.
Very good. I'm glad the internet seems to have settled down. Okay, so this slide now is showing what the SWOT analysis is all about. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, strengths. You can take any piece of paper and just draw, divide it into 4 segments like this and write, what are your strengths? You should know yourself. What are the things you struggle with? Those are your weaknesses. What are the opportunities? Those are the things that you don't have them as strengths now, but you can still acquire them. And what are the threats? What are the things out there that may be militating against you getting the strengths and making the most of the opportunities? Those are the traits. So write all of that clearly out. When you have written them out, then you can now begin to look at the opportunities. How can I make the most of them? The threats, how can I minimize them so that they will not continue to be a threat to me or weaknesses? A school of thought says, work on your weaknesses. Well, if it's a weakness that is critical to the success of what you want to do, yes, you can work on it. But I am of the opinion that beyond it being a weakness that is critical to where you want to go ultimately, if it's something you do not have the flair for and it's totally different from the person that you are, focus on your areas of strength. It's like, oh, you're already at 65% in something, and you can easily bring that 65 to 85% versus something that you are in 2/10 in. Even if you struggle, maybe you get to 4/10. That might not be an area you want to spend a whole lot of your time and so many of your years investing in. Invest on the ones that you think you can easily take it up to a level of excellence. That, is my own recommendation with regard to after developing or doing the SWOT exercise, what you will now do with them. So moving on. Now, goal setting. Go back to your 10-year self that you designed at the beginning and your vision statement. From where you are, where are you currently? Describe yourself now. I have only a BSc, or I didn't complete my BSc, I left in 200 level, or I only have an HND right now, or an OND. I didn't finish, even go back to do an HND. This is where you are now. Where do you want to be? You want to have a PhD at some point, or you want to run your own business, or you want to set up this or that, right? So you write your current self and then your future self in 10 years. What would it take to get you from here to there? I want to be financially independent by the time I'm 40, for example. Between how much do you have today? By the time you are what does financial independence look like that you want to achieve by the time you are 40? What does that mean? Does that mean, oh, you're able to take care of your children, you can pay their school fees, you have your own home, you own your own home, just describe it. However, because I can't describe for you because it would be different for every person, depending on who you are and the things that you have described as your future self. So what would it take to get you there? Make a list. So that's why I say writing, not documenting all of this is very critical. You can't just know it in your head. Okay, I have an idea of what I want to be. No, you need to sit. This is the kind of thing that today is Thursday. You take time, maybe on Saturday. Oh, I'm there on one side, leave the party people to do the party, but make time for yourself, even if it's late in the night or whenever, and take a notebook and begin to make all of these plans and this list. Make a list of what it will take to get there. If it was OND you had before, you want to return to do your HND, or you want to do some certifications, write them down. What are the ones that are relevant for the career line that you want to do? Write them down. What would it cost you? Cost you in terms of money, cost you in terms of time, cost you in terms of how it would impact the work you're currently doing. Make a list of all of these things. Now go back to your SWOT. Take the SWOTs that you have done, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and traits. And like I said, begin to look at, these are my areas of strength. This strength will take me closer to where I'm hoping to be in 10 years. What do I need to do with it? Okay, I'm already very good at such and such a thing. And okay, if I want to take myself to the next level, do I need to do a master's? Is that going to add to it? Do I need to find a way to get volunteering opportunities in the sector I'm hoping to do? Oh, do I want to now be a rocket scientist? Oh, and I wasn't that good at physics. Can I pick it? Is this something I can pick up now? Is this something that, no, that is a pipe dream that may never happen. I won't be a rocket scientist. So let me be realistic with myself. So this thing, it involves you being true to yourself. What skills do you already have that are relevant for the person you want to be? What skills do you need to still acquire? So that's in terms of public speaking capacities. Writing. I need to be able to write. One of the things I've written is I want to be a published author by the time I'm so age, or by the year so. But I'm not very good with writing. Do I identify somebody who is good with writing and work with them? Do I look out for workshop opportunities, training opportunities that are going to take me in that direction? Accounting, bookkeeping. Okay, is this something? Where am I now? What am I good at? What do I need to do? Do I need to do my ICANN to get to that place? I'm saying, is it ACCA I'll do, because I want to, my 10-year dream is to be internationally recognized and this and that about what and what in my area. What are the things that will lead to that international recognition? Where would I have worked? What would I have done? What would be my contribution? Would I be publishing in journals? Things like that. So what skills do you need to acquire? What about qualifications and certifications? So these are the things that will go into your goal setting exercise. Then you have to have a timeline. You cannot just say, this is 2026, by 2036, I'll be the second richest person in Africa. Okay, how do you get there? Will you just wait until 2036 and then you check your bank statement? I'm not yet near. I'm nowhere near Dangote yet. Dangote is still the one, or maybe somebody else has overtaken him by that time. Have a year-by-year timeline for each of the actions that you'll be carrying out. So all these things that you have developed, you have to have a year-by-year timeline. For example, by the end of first year, I would have registered for my master's, or I would have completed my ongoing master's, or I would have this or that, by year 2, such and such would. Then, if necessary, break it down into months. If some actions can be completed in only a few weeks. If, for example, you're already pretty good at something and all you need to do is brush yourself up, in that area, do I just need to take one course and then practice? Break it down into months. If some of them can be completed in only a few weeks or a few months, or break it down into half year, by mid-year, or by December of this year, I would have done this and that and that, and take action. So, following the timeline, having clear timeline. Now, what next? What next? If you have done all of these things that I have described, what do you do next? Take the baton and run. Take your baton and run. Run with the vision of you that you have developed, a broken down timeline, the clear goals, looking at your strengths, looking at the skills that you need to acquire as you go on your journey. And the previous slide was talking about having a clear timeline, not just write it down by timeline. Evaluate yourself. Evaluate from time to time. Where am I? I recall, I think the first time I did this exercise, more than 20 years ago, I did a similar exercise like this. And what I found out was that before I got to that point, because my mind was so there, my focus was clear, what I needed to do. Before you get to that, you find out that you are achieving so much more, and you have a sense of fulfillment when you can see clearly that you can tick out things on your list, on your line, and you find out you'll be so fulfilled to know that, I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track. You're not just waiting for things to happen. You're not just hoping, Nigeria not happen. Nigeria is who you know, is this, but you're not doing anything for yourself. What are you doing for yourself? So this is actually about investing in your own self and your own plan to say, how am I doing? Am I checking it out? If necessary, if you have somebody that you can have a lot of confidence and trust in, to either work together on this or to check in with from time to time, then identify such a person to coach you or to mentor you through this process, so that from time to time somebody is asking you questions. This thing you want to do, is this part of your vision? Is this part of who you are? So you're monitoring yourself like that. So resilience, I talked about that earlier on as one of the key issues in terms of career growth and development. So if you have now done these things and you are on the way and, things are not happening as quickly as you can. Every time I watch one of these morning emergency banks, I don't know what to call them, miracle banks, where people go and put money and they said it's 40%. Oh, it's 200%. Somebody put 40,000, they collect 180,000. Whose money? They're just giving the money of some people to the people who came first, collect the money of the people who came later. And at some point, the people just clear up and disappear with money of everyone. That is not what we're talking about. This is not microwave. This is something you have to stick with. If you want to grow your career, you have to stick with it. If you see anybody, you identify, maybe we're having a leadership training now, and I say, tell me who is your a leader you admire. A lot of people will say, in those days, a lot of people will say, Nelson Mandela. They admire Nelson Mandela. Can they do what Nelson Mandela Nelson Mandela stayed in jail for 27 years. How many people can stay for 2 years at what they are doing without giving up and saying, this thing is not working, Joe? I'm going to look for something else. Resilience is critical. It's the grit. It's called grit. The grit, the strength, the drive to stay the course and not quit. So if you want to get to where you're described, you have to stay the course and not quit. Continuous learning, I mentioned it at the beginning. Continuous learning, there is no end to learning. No end to learning. Even when you say, oh, okay, my goal was I will finish my master's and then I'll get an advancement on my job, or I'll identify other opportunities to apply the master's that I have acquired, or get some certifications. Oh, these are the big certifications. AI is a big thing now. A lot of people are trying to get their hands into AI. A lot of people are trying to get their hands into coding and all of that. Can you say, oh, I've graduated since 2013, finish, I've gone to school, when people are now using AI to render some professions irrelevant? So you will not quickly go and find out what it is how you can incorporate that AI into what you know, so that you can be the sought after person of the future. People will always pay for solution providers. Nobody wants anyone who will compound their challenges or their problems, either in their business or their organization or their colleague. Everybody wants somebody who can get things done, who can solve problems. If you don't continue to learn and stay abreast on top of your game every time, you find out that you have little to offer after a while. So continuous learning is critical. There's no end to that. Then focus on leadership skills. We don't have enough time for me to start breaking all of this down into detail now. But when it comes to leadership skills, check what are leadership skills. Those are skills that set you apart at the top of your game. Don't say, oh, I'm not yet a leader. When did I graduate? I just finished NYSC 2 years ago, this and that. Everybody is a leader. You must see yourself as a leader in one way or the other, or a prospective leader. So when you are acquiring the leadership skills now, you are preparing for the opportunities that come. Your continuous learning is also preparing you for opportunities that come. Not only will you be checking off those plans that you have made, and you will actually see them coming to pass, you will also be prepared for the next opportunity. Somebody said, what is the reward for good work? They said more work. But more work, not at the same level, more work at a higher level. When people know that you can get things done, then they will know that you can be relied upon. And that is applicable whether you're an employee or you're a business person. Because if you're a business person and people know that you deliver on time, that you deliver quality, and that you incorporate innovations and new thinking in the way you deliver solutions, definitely you get a lot of repeat customers, and ultimately your business will thrive and do far, far better than you are. At this point, I think I've been speaking for more than half an hour. And let me pause and hear what people might want to say. Thank you so much. I hope you will hear me and all that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Funmi. This was an excellent time. I have loads of notes. I have loads of reflection. It's really great. Just some key things that were striking for me. Again, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? I love the fact that you have also given us an action plan. Go and work on some things. So we have things to work on where we see ourselves in 10 years. And then our personal SWOT analysis. What does your brand look like? Where are your areas of strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? And then again, around take the baton and run. There's this fear paralysis. You've done everything, done all the analysis, and you are just paralyzed. You're not moving on. You're not taking any steps. So a lot of great things to take away, and I'm sure everyone would have comments. Okay, we have some hands raised, and we will just move on. Obianuju, you came in so early and you have been very patient. Thank you so much. Please, you have the floor. Obianuju, over to you. Okay, Obianuju, can you hear me?
Unmute yourself and speak, please.
Yes, please, unmute and speak. All right, while we wait for Obianuju, Oluwatobi, I'm just calling names in no particular order. Oluwatobi, please, you can speak. You can ask your question.
All right. Good morning. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you, the facilitator. I really appreciate your work, and the organizer generally. My question is, sometimes when you trying to,
so just about 3 or 4. Sorry.
Please mute if you are not, if you don't have the floor. Climate justice, please mute. Okay, sorry,
can I go on?
Oluwatobi. Please go ahead.
All right. So sometimes there are some skills that requires that you take learning. So in a situation whereby you wanted to take a skill, or you want to learn a skill, and you don't have the let me use the gadget it requires for you to take the practical learnings. And you know that if you don't work on the practical learning, you may not be able to achieve the learning as per se. Now, in such a situation, I advise that you go with theoretical aspect first, or wait when you have the gadget for you to be able to learn practical skill, then you can combine the two together. Because to me, somehow that's it. And don't forget we are from each other when it comes to learning. So that's my question. Maybe you can help me to share on this. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Toby. Funmi, would you like to take the questions maybe batched together, say a set of 4, or would you want
Yes, please. I think that would be better. But let me understand what was Oluwatobi's question. Because I was distracted a little.
All right. He was speaking, Toby, correct me if I'm wrong. He was speaking to the fact that for some skills, there is the theoretical angle and then there is the practical angle. If you do not have the opportunity to, at the moment, get the practical aspect of that skill, would it be beneficial to proceed with the theoretical? Because without the practical, you can't really do anything. Toby,
got you.
Does that cover your thoughts? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
Very well.
Thank
all right,
you.
Thank you. So next person.
Okay, Obianuju, are you back? Okay. While we wait for her, Samuel, please, you have the floor. Then Emmanuel and Ademola. Samuel, please, over to you.
Good morning. Yes, good morning, facilitator. Good morning. My name is Samuel Kulu. Yes, from Benue State. I'm happy to be here. This is my first time joining ActionAid on such a wonderful webinar. For me as a person, I'm grateful because of what I've learned here. There's a lot I can take, but my first question is this: for me as a person to impact into my community, to impact into the community, or how to get my community to see the light, because it's not all of them that can afford this opportunity that you are giving us here, this platform. So what can we do to help the younger ones? For us in Benue State here, in our various communities, we are having a lot of challenges because it's not all our youths have access to tools or these skills acquisition that you're mentioning here, or even the platform to have access to such platform to learn how to develop themselves, how to set the standard, how to set time. You understand? If you go into some communities, everybody is just living life based on what comes per day. There is no timing, there is no. So how can one get access to make sure that this kind of training gets to the communities that need them the most? If you come to Benue, to Makurdi, let me be precise, there are some rural communities that don't have this platform. What is the way forward? How can ActionAid come in to help our people? Let them get to learn these such things and help develop themselves. Some are even coming out from the IDPs. So what is the way forward? If there is a way that such a platform can be reached out to them, I'll be glad. And if not, and for me as a person, although I work, but you mentioned about career, and I've been trying so hard to differentiate between my career, my job, how to balance it and set the timing for my own personal growth. But it cannot be easy, but from what I take here, I will try to work on it. But my main focus is how can one get access so that the youth or the community that we have here can get access to such a platform. Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you,
thank you.
Samuel.
Hello, can you hear me? It's Obianuju. Sorry, my network
Okay,
is
Obianuju,
disturbing.
no problem. Please go ahead. We can hear you, Obianuju. Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, we can hear
Hello.
you.
Okay, thank you. Please, when she was talking about setting goals where you want to be in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, my question is, if you happen to set that goals, like someone like me, I said they go for 10 years, and 10 years of my career, my company closed down. I've been upskilling, like learning many skills for a year now, and I haven't gotten a job. Won't it affect?
We lost you again.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Heck, how am I going to meet up, having set that goal that I've already set in 10 years' time, that I want to work in these NGOs, I want to be in this place. I've done my master's degree. I'm looking forward for a PhD, but right now I don't have a job. So how am I going to meet up with that goal that I have set? Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Obianuju, thank you for your question. Emmanuel, please, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Ma. Thanks to our facilitator, Madam Olufunlola Olukeye. Although your presentation was brief but impactful, we really appreciate that. But in all what you've discussed about setting our goals, having visions, having missions, and setting timelines to assess or to evaluate all this vision. But in all this, you didn't mention the role of mentorship, because setting goals is very important. Yes, very, very important. But it will get to some certain time that sometimes you might feel weary, you might feel tired. So with that, I think mentorship should be included, or is it that mentorship is not necessary?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Ademola,
Can we take
please
one more and then I will attempt to
to this
respond to
batch.
this? Yes.
All right. Ademola.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ovo, and thank you very much for me. Mine is not really a question, more of commendation. Thank you very much, for me, for the wonderful presentation, especially talking about distinguishing between job, career, and calling, and also talking about self-awareness. And also using some major examples. There are people that actually struggle to talk to the opposite sex, and when you're setting like a married goal, and you actually hit it on the head, saying that those who struggle to talk to the opposite sex, of course, some of us have actually been able to cross that line. I'm just thinking that those who have like married goals, what would you advise those who struggle to talk to opposite sex? It might really be a goal. And also for Ovo, so after this webinar, what next? What next? What's the next line of action after this webinar? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Ademola. Okay, Fumi, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. It shows that people were attentive and they were listening. I wasn't talking to myself. That's the challenge of sometimes speaking online. You'll be like, are there really people there? Can they hear me? Do they know what I'm talking about and all that? But you've all confirmed that you were keenly listening, and you have raised comments and questions that are relevant for you. So starting with Oluwatobi or Layemi, you talked about skills, theoretical versus practical, so they always go hand in hand together. It's very good. I recall a while back I saw an article about a young lady who said, oh, she had, in America where they use student loan to go to school, she had so many thousands of dollars in student loan and she can't find a job. And it makes her, oh, his education is scam and all of that. When I now looked at it, I looked at it in detail, and I think somebody had engaged in the comment section and asked, what kind of certificates did you gather in the school you were going to? So there are some people who are like perpetual students. You will do this. Some people have like 5 masters. They'll just keep doing the next masters, Some of them are totally unrelated to each other. Oh, your master's in this, then your master's in that. Then they heard that there's a scholarship here, they will apply. They heard that this one, they will apply. Just keep gathering paper qualifications without connecting them together. So what an exercise like what I have shared with you this morning will do is you will connect the dots between the different skills that you are acquiring. And so they will not be, 4 totally unrelated masters. Just keep saying, oh, I have 2 masters, I have 3 masters now, I have 4 masters, or I have 3 fourth degree. Or some people have more than 1 doctorate in different areas that are totally unrelated. What do you want to do with all of these acquisitions? So they must all be connected and be able to tell a coherent story about your journey. By the time somebody calls you, you say, oh, come and speak at this activity, or maybe you have now reached the pinnacle of your career. You should be able to share a coherent story that connects the dots together. Now, the second thing you wanted to clear about was practical versus theoretical. The theoretical is good because it will demonstrate to people that, yes, you actually have the knowledge. But the practical, if you have never applied it before, you are just a student who managed to pass the exam. So you still need to get the practical experience. And there are many different ways to get practical experience. So I'll be joining this with Obianuju's question, that she has her master's already, but it's been 1 year, she hasn't been able to find a job. She's looking to be in this NGO sector. NGO sector is many different ways. There are community-based organizations, there are national organizations, there are state-based organizations, there are faith-based organizations, national organizations, and international organizations. So if you start from where you are, Obianuju, are there NGOs in your local area that are working in the area you are interested in? Can you go to them and say, I would like to get practical experience in this area. What can I do? How can I contribute to what you're doing so that I'll even get the experience? I was talking with a friend. It's not only here that there are challenges, so there are challenges internationally as well. That people will leave school and people will be telling them you need to have experience when you just left school. How will I get the experience? You didn't give me a job, you're asking for experience. So sometimes you find out that you might have to start by volunteering or by working in a community-based organization first. Start from where you are. As you grow in terms of your qualifications and your experience and your skill level, then you can progressively get to the next level and the next level. So don't forget, I talked about resilience. Stick with it. Do not give up. Start from wherever you are. Do whatever you're able, to find to do right now. And that also goes to who shared, I think Emmanuel was the one who talked about what is the role of mentorship. I mentioned mentorship. It was not on the slide, but I did mention it when I talked about how are you checking in? Who are you checking in with? Can you identify somebody who you trust, who has been able to achieve some of the aspects of the things that you're looking to achieve? Can you identify such a person and check in with them from time to time? How am I doing? Somebody who can guide you when you want to derail or give up. I did mention that. So all of that. So I'm taking all of those questions together, both in terms of the importance of not only getting certifications or certificates, but also finding ways of getting practical hands-on experience on yourself. And then, Samuel talked about community impact and how, a lot of people at the grassroots may not have access to things like that. I totally agree with you. But I think, like someone said, let that change begin with even you. So you who have learned now, you can go back and take some of the younger people, maybe who are still in college or who are in secondary schools, and start to bring them up. That by so doing, you are making impacts in your community. And you said, well, what can ActionAid do? I'm happy that several of my other colleagues are here. Whether that is something that ActionAid can consider in the future, but let it start with you. You can do something. Identify allies, not only ActionAid. There may be community allies within your community. There are some people who have been able to successfully go to higher levels. Can they come and give back as well? Support those of you who want to see life of people change. And then Ademola, thank you so much for your comments. You talked about some people who cannot speak. Those are part of the things they will identify as their weakness and probably opportunities to build that skill. I won't be able to sit in this session now and be doing a skill building on public speaking, but there are different ways that you can improve on your communication and public speaking. So if you have identified that as a weakness, whoever has identified that as a weakness, then you know that that is an area you need to build your skill in. Identify people who speak way more confidently and associate with them, or identify opportunities, speaking opportunities in the community, in your church, in your mosque, in different areas where you can practice without feeling that you'll be judged. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Funmi. Thank you. Very insightful responses. Just to plead for or crave our indulgence, we had committed to closing this webinar at 11:10 at the maximum, but we have 6 hands still up. So please, we would want to extend a bit so we can accommodate them. All right. Ademola, the second part of your question on what next for us at Community Sponsorship. All right. So in October, we have... Oh, Funmi, are you still speaking?
Yes, I said I also received some questions that I understand were compiled from when people registered, but I'm looking at them. A lot of them are all being responded to by either the session or some of the questions that people have asked already. So I think those are covered. Over.
Okay, great. All right, so what's next? I was just speaking to the fact that sometime in October, to commemorate Customer Service Week, we would have a virtual community tour. and we invite you all to be part of it. We would share the link, and we hope you are also able to join the Community Sponsorship Initiative, where you get to be part of the movement of everyday Nigerians making change with a minimum donation of 3,000 naira every month, and that translates to 36,000 naira annually. You give hope to children in the communities, poor and underserved communities, and you partner with ActionAid to bring development, needed infrastructures to those communities. All right, quickly we'll go to the second round of questions. I just want to plead, please keep it brief. Nura, over to you. You have the floor. Nura. Okay, Favor, Pius, Safwan, Bright. Any
Okay,
of you?
Sorry.
hello,
Okay, good morning.
Okay, I think Pius is speaking already. Or is that Nura?
Yeah, it's Nura.
Okay,
All right.
Nura, please go ahead. Nura, please go ahead. Nura.
All right. Good morning. Thank you very much for this insightful section. I really appreciate. So even though I was late on it, but I was able to grab few of the key points here. So my major concern is I'm more focused on advocating for digital literacy. So lately I developed an initiative. I think I was able to speak to few mentors that I actually met from. Some of them I met them from a conference, and I seek recommendations from them because I was having this startup for profit and the initiative for non-profit. So after speaking to few of the mentors, I had different insights regards to how I should actually come up with what I'm doing. You know, the first one actually said, okay, what you have, it's a very good one, but this for profit would have been the best thing you should go for now. Then later on, you can actually work on it can actually provide you with good resources to continue with that of the non-profit. Yeah. Then the other one I actually spoke to, he was like, "Hi, you want to use agentic AI to do this?" People actually say these things are known for people. You know, people know about Cloud AI, Gemini AI, and co. And the third mentor I spoke to, she's yet to get back to me. So you know, how can one actually work with things like this when you are working with different mentors? Because okay, I to some extent I feel I needed all, because the third mentor is an emotional intelligence, a psychologist, and I need that person in what I'm actually doing. I think the other two mentors are into tech. They own a tech company, to be precise. So you know, to some extent I needed all their mentorship, and to some extent I'm lost from the advice I'm getting from them. So what should I do in situations like this? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Nura. Favor, over to you. Favor, Pius, Bright, Safwan.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Florence
Good
Valona.
morning.
I'm a 400 level of student. And first of all, I'd like to thank the facilitators. Thank you so much. But then my question goes towards, in as much as everyone says that you should find your career, find a niche that's like,
Hello, Favor. Can you hear us?
you have everything here.
It's buffering. We can't hear you clearly. But you can drop your question on the chat box.
Okay, can you still hear?
All right, it's better. Favor, if you can hear me, you can go ahead. Okay, we may get back to Favor. Pius, are you able to ask
I
your
said,
question? Okay,
Okay, hello.
sorry, let's give Favor
I
a
said,
chance.
okay, thank you so much. I said, what happens in a situation where you have passions for a lot of things, like you are just not restricted to something? Take, for example, I'm interested in teaching people. Like, I have a lot of things, but then people believe, or should I say, people that I've been hearing believe that you should find a nexus and then like your purpose should be something. So my question is, does it have to be restricted to just one thing? Is there a chance that you can diversify into a lot of things or have more than one purpose?
Thank you, Favor. Question noted. Someone is highly creative. Must they be restricted to one thing? Pius?
Okay, finally I'm here. Good morning. Thank you for having me here. My question is the content for today is well digested and it's like a process which if one follows, definitely you get to what you plan for. Nevertheless, I will want to ask because for me, I volunteer in the humanitarian sector a lot, and most times we engage with locals and people in far to richer environment. So does Action Aid Nigeria has plans? I'm from Benue State, particularly in Makurdi, because I've witnessed a lot of challenges ranging from conflicts, climate change, and a lot. So I want to know, is there a kind of program opportunities Action Aid has for these people based on what we have done? Because I really love something of this nature to be replicated for the people in the local so that there will be a kind of match up to current realities. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Pius. We have Bright, Safwan, but I also see Bashir and Ganiat have their hands added. Okay, but please, if there are any further questions beyond these four, please drop them in the chat box so we can respect your time as well. All right, so please, those who would be asking questions, help us keep it brief. Bright, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Please, I'd like to confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can, clearly.
Okay, so thank you very much for this wonderful session. I have just two questions. My first question is about how can one strike a balance between a job and career? I mean, while we are building our career and maybe it's probably not giving us money. And so we find something doing that's giving us so much money that we tend to neglect our career, which we actually find fulfillment in. What's your advice for a person in such a situation? Then my second question is, how can one, I think one of the persons who asked the question talked about mentorship. So my question is, how can one position his or herself for mentorship? Like, what's your advice for a young person who is building a career in a particular field? What are those steps you think the person can take to position himself for mentorship? Because I understand that people who have mentors, they tend to go farther and better in their career, unlike those who are just there and trying to sort out things by themselves. So yeah, how can I, position myself? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bright. Safwan.
Good morning, all. Thank you for giving me this chance, a wonderful chance to participate in this webinar. I'm Safwan Abdulkarim by name and the co-founder of Afua Development and Empowerment Initiative. So this is a non-profit organization and is a newly established grassroots organization working to improve livelihood on health, education, and community development. So as I see this webinar, I just feel like, wow, this is a wonderful time to ask something about how can we Action Aid to help us to create a sustainable impact. What practical steps will you recommend for us to become a strong and trusted partner? Thank you.
Thank you, Safwan. Bashir. Bashir, Ganiat.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you. My question is,
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for like 10 years, and I'm trying to venture into entrepreneur, and it's about an innovative solution to waste disposal. So how can I position myself to get partnerships with research institutes to help develop my idea into commercializing it? And also, I wanted to know I'm also passionate about digital advocacy, particularly on climate change. So I've started it through the social media channels I use. So how do I get followership? Because sometimes it's not motivating, because sometimes I don't even get the responses. How do I forge ahead even without getting any response? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Ovo, can I
Oh,
go ahead?
please go ahead. Oh,
All
Bashir,
right.
are you ready to ask your question? Okay, Fumi, please go ahead.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for this second batch of questions, and several of them are tied similarly, because I think about three or four of you talked about mentorship, starting with Nura, and then for Bright, talked about mentorship as well, and Ganiat, I'm going to say mentorship is going to be key in what you're going to be able to do going forward. So first of all, with Nura, you talked about, okay, you identified some people who are mentors, who are possible mentors. Maybe they are leaders in the area that you're working in, area of digital literacy, and they gave you some technical response, and the other person was unresponsive, who was a psychologist. Now, when it comes to mentorship generally, it is the mentee, that is you who wants to be mentored, that will identify who you want to mentor you. You don't say, oh, yes, people with mentors go far. So you just wait. Maybe one person will just come and identify you where you are and then take you on and become your mentor or your sponsor, as the case may be. You need to identify the people. And then how do you determine who will mentor you? What is it that you want to accomplish? Have they been able to do well in it? Because if it is not somebody who has been able to do well in the area you're looking to do, they may not have enough to share with you and to help you, give you the leg up that you need, to go to the next level with regard to your career. So you have to carefully identify who you want to approach to work with you as a mentor. Then when you approach them, it's not an informal thing. Yes, you identify somebody at a conference and you spoke to them. That does not automatically mean, oh, they have become your mentor. They responded to you that once. But if you want somebody to be your mentor, you actually approach them and tell them, I would like you to mentor me with regard to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For me, what has worked for me in the past is I will ask you, what exactly do you require? Because you have to know that your mentor will have time for you. If the person will not have time to respond to you, then they won't be able to mentor you effectively. Or if they will only respond to your email once in 6 months, then that is not going to be an effective mentorship. It has to be somebody who is willing and prepared, at least to a certain extent, to commit some of their time and their resources. And when I say resources, I don't mean, that you will now be asking your mentor, send me money. No. If you do that, you're going to just put the people off. They will just close you up, and technology nowadays, you can be blocked. So we don't want you to be blocked. So you need to know, what exactly do you require from this person? Is it advice? Is it, you have been in this sector for the last 20 years. How did you come in? What are the steps I'm already taking? I have a decision between this and that. I'm trying to make a decision between, where should I go for this or should I go for that? And then the person can, from a perspective of somebody who has been there and done that, can advise you and guide you. Okay, I decided I'll go to ABU. I cannot find money to go to the abroad, but let me do ABU for now. yes, you can do ABU. ABU is globally accepted and recognized and all that. Your mentor can guide you and let you know that, look, people with ABU, they're also working in Microsoft and everywhere. So don't kill yourself with looking for 50,000 US dollars to do a master's or pounds to do something, abroad. You can, so you need to be clear that this person has been able to achieve what I'm asking them to mentor me on. And then they need to be to communicate back to you that, yes, I will have the time to mentor you. And then you start a mentoring relationship. And then you know that, okay, maybe monthly, I'll get back to you, the person. This is how I'm doing. This is where I'm trying to go next. Oh, do you happen to know anybody in that sector that can maybe open a door for me? Yeah, we were talking about experience. We can, your mentor, maybe somebody who can say, okay, this person can get 3 months hands-on experience to help them apply some of the academic skills that they have been gathering. So you can do things in that way. Then passion for many things, favor. I hear you loud and clear, and I understand what you might probably be going through. But you cannot be chasing 10 things. And okay, I want to go on a trip. Where are you going? And you ask me, I tell you I want to go on a trip, and then you ask me, where am I going? And I say, I want to go to the UK, I want to go to Ghana, and I want to go to Canada, and I want to go to Australia. Is it ticket money you will start gathering for all those locations? Or is it one ticket that will have 20 stops on the way? You need to be clear exactly where you want to go. I think that's why people have guided you to say, you need to decide exactly what you want to do. What you want to do, you may have a passion in an area, find 1 or 2 things. Some of them can be hobbies. It's not everything that you enjoy doing that will be your career. And it's not everything you enjoy doing that can bring money for you, because your career should also bring money for you. We were talking about what's the difference between job and career. I think it was Bright that asked that. Now, yes, your job is something that brings you money. Your career is something you want to build on the long run. So you have to, what was I saying? So you have to identify exactly where it is you want to go, so that you are not just spreading yourself thin. Some of those things may be hobbies. Some of them, yes, you can make a career out of and move on. So that's what I will say to you, Favor. So identify, try to narrow it down. Use the SWOT analysis and try to narrow it down. And in terms of your future self too, try and narrow it down to 2 or not more than 3 skill areas that you will focus on, that you want to build further on. And then Bright, you talked about how do you position yourself for mentorship. Like I said, you must be clear about where you are going, and then you have to identify the people who have done well in the area that you're looking to dabble into, and then reach out to them, either by in person, or if you know someone who knows them, let them, because sometimes people are a bit skeptical now about just receiving emails from unknown people. But if you know somebody who knows them, you can use a tool like LinkedIn. LinkedIn has opportunity of 1st level, 2nd level. So if you find somebody that you have been trying to reach that is like 2nd level, then the person you can approach them and ask, oh, can you give me an introduction to this person? And be clear. So nobody would like to mentor you if every time you show up, it's about, oh, I need 5,000, I need 5,000. That is not mentorship. You need to be clear of what kind of support you need from them, and then they will be willing. A lot of people are willing to support up and coming young people. Then with regard to partnership with ActionAid Nigeria, I'll let my colleague respond to that. That's Safwan. It's commendable, the grassroots organization that you have already started. Congratulations on that. About how you can partner with ActionAid Nigeria. We have a partnership faculty and we have processes that go into that. But maybe I'll let my colleague respond to you on that, because that's beyond my brief for this morning. The stay-at-home mom, Ganiat, I said the response about mentorship also applies to you. Identify who has been working in that area. Who do you know that you can get an introduction to, that can give you a leg into that area? But in terms of having been a stay-at-home mom, that's totally nothing to be squeamish about. I'm a mother myself. Ovo is a mother. Most of us are mothers, and we know what the sacrifice of motherhood is for a lot of us at one point in time or the other, that we had to make difficult decisions that probably ended up affecting our career in one way or the other. So don't be squeamish about you now wanting to get back into the scheme of things, of course, but acknowledge that having been away for quite a while, things may come up a bit slower. That's where the issue of resilience comes in. Sometimes you see people and you say, oh, this is an overnight success. There's no such thing as overnight success. A lot of the people you see that look like, oh, they are overnight success, they have been at it for long before people notice them. Social media, so many things. So in terms of how to improve your social media following, that's also not my core area of strength, but identify people who are strong in communication and digital communication and social media things, and somebody who is willing to share with you, not someone who will see you like, oh, this is a competitor. If you are not working in the same specific area, then you cannot be a competitor for them. They should be willing, to help and take you to the next level. I think on that note, I have responded to everybody all together. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
well
you.
done, Fumi. Thank you. But we are like Oliver Twist because I can see two hands. Fumi, would you please, we crave your indulgence to help
I hope their questions will not be things I've
give birth
already
to other
spoken
ones.
to. Okay,
Okay,
so but let's.
so
Are people writing in the chat box? No.
not questions. But
Not
just to
questions.
say,
Okay.
just to say the links that are on the chat box, you may not be able to click it, but just copy the message, put it on a Word document, put it on WhatsApp. The link immediately becomes active and you can join the broadcast channel. And of course, as a follow-on to this webinar, you would get an email with the slides. For me, people have been asking for the slides.
Okay, I will share something. I may not share all of my slides altogether, but I will share a summary that will include the key points that I have spoken about. I'll share like an outline. Yes, that will be useful to
perfect.
people. Yes, but not my
Perfect.
slides. Thank
All
you.
right, perfect. So we would revert with something you can work with, and of course with the links and probably a video for want of time. So Gazelle, promise, please keep it very brief. If your question has not been answered, please, you can speak now.
Yes, my question is not answered, Oma.
Sorry, my question is in the chat box now.
Oh, okay. Let me jump to Gazelle's question on the chat box. Sorry, Safwan, you also said your question has not been answered. Just a minute, we'll get to you. Gazelle, sorry, I'm having a difficult time tracking it. Can you quickly, okay. Gazelle says she studied midwifery in a college of nursing and she works with an NGO temporarily. She's a baker, a makeup artist, but focusing more on the baking aspect, and she also creates content. She was fortunate to advance her baking skills, and now she's saving to build her, sorry, lost the train of conversation. Struggling. She also wants to build her business. She wants to go back for a nursing degree next year. She has but have opinions on dropping school to focus on business regarding the fact that it will bring income. But she also wants to build her career. Okay, so there are two major thoughts: going back to nursing school, focusing on her baking career, and also taking courses to build her CV, currently looking for a digital, sorry, Gazelle, I think I may have missed your question in all of this. Okay, what advice do you have? Okay, she's also looking for a digital skill to support herself financially while she builds. What advice do you have for her on what to do? Fumi, do you understand the question?
So this is actually a whole coaching session she's asking for. Because it's pretty personal and there are so many angles to it. So it's something that you should have. I'm glad you're doing so many things. I'm happy. You're not just saying, oh, Nigeria is happening to me, the way people just kind of give up and think nothing ever works. So you can't actually afford to give up, and I admire you for that. But in terms of understanding exactly what the different angles of what you're doing are. I'm not sure that I have enough information to respond to you now. Neither am I sure it's appropriate for me to be giving so personal advice to you with so many other unknown people, on the call. So I think that is the kind of thing you should identify somebody to coach you through, because you will need to look at, okay, how much money is it that you are making? What is the critical thing, that your baking is doing for you now? Or is it because you have longer term plans? So I'm just trying to quickly have that response. The longer term plans for your nursing career, that you're looking to go back into school for that. Why? What is the conflict? And so that you need to provide more information so that a decision, can be made. And at the end of the day, it's not a decision being given to you, so that you will own the decision. So that 4 years, 3 years down the line, you won't be like, maybe I should have gone and done that nursing now. Oh, if not for that woman that went and said that thing on that webinar. So it's something you need to understand and make more information available to walk through the process yourself, so that you arrive at a decision that you will own. You will say, this is my decision. This is the direction I want to take my career and my life, to. So yeah, that's that
Thank
for
you.
that. And
Thank you,
I think
Funmi.
Safwan, who wanted to know about how to partner with ActionAid, maybe that needs to
Okay.
be responded to. And the others, please type something in your chat box or type something to me directly. You can actually message
Exactly.
another
Yeah.
participant without everyone.
Yes.
Anyways,
A
so
private
that's,
message.
yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Funmi. Final question is from Promise, and that's it. Abdullahi, please, you can send a direct message to Funmi. Promise, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ugochukwu Promise Chukwuebuka. I'm a product designer. I'm also a UI UX designer, and I'm also a creative director. I currently work with 2 brands. So there's something I really want to start off. So I just have few questions, like 2 or 3 questions. And you've answered some in a way, but I just feel like I still need to just ask this question. So I don't know how we're going to do. Should I ask all 3 questions, or I ask one with...
Please just go ahead. Ask all 3. She would respond. Maybe just blend them all in.
The first question is, like, as someone planning to establish a tech academy, I have a plan to establish a tech academy. What do you believe is the biggest mistake most training institutions make when preparing people for the workforce? And how can a new academy intentionally bridge the gap between learning technical skills and becoming truly employable? That's my first question. So my second question is that I know, like, you have a lot of experience. So from your experience leading people and culture, what are the top 3 non-technical skills employer consistently look for in tech talents that most academics, like most tech academy, fails to teach, and most organizations also fail to teach? And my last question is, many graduates possess certificates, like a lot of graduates, they possess certificates, but still struggle to secure employment. You see a lot of graduates, both first class, second class, third class, 2-1, 2-2, everybody, like, they possess the certificates, but it's very hard and they struggle to secure employment. Like, in your view, in your broader view of this, with your experience, like, is there a gap? Like, is there gap primarily? Is there a skill gap, an experience gap, or mindset gap? Like, what do you think is the problem? Is it the gap? Like, is the gap a skill gap? Is it an experience gap, or is it a mindset gap? And how should a new tech academy that is planning to come into the market intentionally address all these 3 gaps? So those are my questions.
Okay. Funmi, you're muted.
Muted. Sorry, I started talking. Okay, you can hear me now, Ovo?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you,
great. All right, so let me try. I think the third one was glitching a little, but I'll attempt all three. So in terms of the Tech Academy, great thing you're coming up with, and you're thinking, okay, so what are the things that I would say you should focus on? I would recommend you focus on practicality. I remember when everybody was trying to become computer literate, everybody does go to computer school. And we got there, and I think the first thing they were teaching us in those days was MS-DOS. Before Windows was this popular. They taught us so many things as if the thing was complicated. I was like, this money I paid, will it not be wasted money like this at the end of the day? So I think it was only the last 2 days of the training, they now taught us things that are applicable to the job. And I'm like, why did you waste our time? 2 weeks training, we have spent 10 days on trivialities, or maybe just trying to make it look complicated and highfalutin so that you can justify the money that you charge. The key thing is, are you imparting skills that people will apply in the workplace? Are there skills that can immediately be translatable to the workplace? I think that should be the focus of your academy. So yes, some basics, some theory is important. So you notice, like the session I did today, I could have gone and giving you abstracts and theories and theories. It's not about theory. It's about things you can apply and make a difference into the workplace. So that's what the focus of the academy should be. And then in terms of non-tech skills that tech people should be having, I think tech people should be having people skills, because a lot of people that are technically inclined are into themselves. So they don't want to relate with people, but the people that you are providing your IT service to, they are human beings. So you have to understand how to relate with people very well. So having good people skills will be valuable for a tech person. So not only to be strong in your tech area, but to be able to relate with people, to be able to work successfully in a team, and to be able to lead people, because you'll find out that, yes, as you do your work, then you will start becoming manager to some people. If you are only tech oriented, then the people who work under you will suffer. So you have to have the skills to not only know your technical aspects of your work, but to be able to work as a member of a team successfully, because there's no organization that is comprised of only IT people. Even in Microsoft, you still find lawyers working there, accountants working there, different kinds of people, working there. And then the second skill I would say is critical for a non-tech skill that is critical for a tech person to have is communication, capacity to communicate. So you put out this new software for people to start using, and you're not able to train them successfully, or you are not able to break it down to their level, and carry them along. So communication skills, people skills, those are very good skills. Team building capacity, those are very, very good skills. And then the final one is people are leaving school. Not everybody is able to get jobs. What do I think is responsible? First of all, our country, we have a lot of challenges in terms of the economy and the capacity for businesses to create jobs. So that's one thing that we cannot run away from. But in the midst of it all, you have to be able to take yourself beyond the classroom learning to the things that are useful in real life. That's why you'll find people who wrote apps that people can apply on day-to-day life, kind of becoming the ones that stand head and shoulders above others. So you have to be able to take your academic learning beyond just being a degree that you own to something that can be practical. And one of the things that I've told a lot of mentees that I have had over time is that if you work in a place and you think, oh, you are doing anybody a favor and you are not really learning anything, you are not doing anyone a favor. Because the next interview you go to, it is what you have done before that you are able to talk about with confidence that will make them hire you. So anywhere you find yourself able to use your skills, use it, and use it with the perspective that you are learning, and be able to communicate that successfully to a person who wants to hire you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Funmi. A lot of gems today. Right, and yeah, that was an excellent way to just wrap it up. So the mindset shift, wherever you find yourself, whatever you're doing at this time, don't take learning for granted. Put in your best, learn, and it will be applicable one way or the other. To be very applicable. So apologies, we have overstayed almost 30 minutes beyond our scheduled time. But I think a learning from this is for us to be a little more realistic with our timing. So we didn't expect this level of engagement that has carried on up to an hour 30 minutes. So subsequent webinars will probably factor that in and make our timing a little more realistic. Okay, so as we wrap up, I see some questions. Newly registered organization, Safwan, you can actually send in a proposal. ActionAid has a process of selecting partners to work with and all of that. We try to fill the application for funding or grant from donors. They keep asking about track record. How can we overcome this challenge? All right, Safwan, some months ago, or I think that was even last week, we had a fundraising training, a free fundraising webinar where some of these issues were addressed. So if you just try to go through our WhatsApp or our social media handles, you should find the link, and probably I'm sure it will be beneficial for you. There's also a fundraising training that is going on that you can key into as a new organization, but those are paid trainings, so you can look into that. And if that works for you, that would also be very helpful for your organization. All right, so over to Ebele and Adeyinka. We'll just take a quick video as we wrap up today's session. Adeyinka, over to you.
There's no sound on the video.
Okay, but I can, is that a general feedback? I can hear some sound.
Okay, I think it's coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Education is a right. Yet, for many children in vulnerable communities, it remains a distant dream. But through the power of collective giving, we are changing this reality. From December 3rd, 2024 to January 10th, 2025, ActionAid Community Sponsorship ran the Back to School campaign, rallying generous individuals to give children a fresh start. With a combined total of 1,222,000 naira raised, made possible through our online campaign, this support has reached the children who need it the most. In partnership with the Sony funded project, these funds have directly supported children in 3 LRP communities.
In fact, I'm very, very happy over what ActionAid Nigeria have done. ActionAid has come in today. The materials that they have given, the school bags, the exercise book, the mathematical sets, and all other gifts that ActionAid Nigeria has bringing today is going to go a long way in helping the children to learn more and have more knowledge. It will help us in so many ways in upbringing these young ones that you see that we have just shared.
We are not happy that there are many children in the community and there are no schools. We have been able to organize ourselves to hire a volunteer teacher who teaches our children. Personally, I was worried about how to buy books and sandals for my son, but now, thanks to ActionAid and its partners, he can go to school fully prepared.
On behalf of the Business Development and Innovation Directorate of ActionAid Nigeria, I've come to say thank you so much to all our supporters. We called upon you on our Back to School campaign, and you came out and donated generously. Thank you so much for enabling us to send children back to school for enabling us to provide materials, educational materials for these children. I can never forget the smile on the little girl's face, Farida, when she wore her sandals, when Andrew, the country director, wore her sandals and she got her school bag and her books. That smile was enough to make my day. Thank you, because it was through you that we're able to do this. Thank you so much. And we hope that as we go into the next campaign, you also join us in lifting Nigerians out of poverty. May God bless you. Thank you.
The journey does not end here. You can be a part of this movement. Join ActionAid community sponsorship in giving more children the gift of education. Together, we can build a future where no child is left behind.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. Wow.
All right. Thank you. So please, it's an appeal and a call that join ActionAid Nigeria community sponsorship in this good work with a minimum of 3,000 naira monthly, annual donation of 36,000. You could do 5,000, which translates to 60, 10,000, 120, or whatever is convenient for you at your level. Just be part of us. Join. We have a robust supporter database where we interact with our supporters. We put up events like this, virtual events periodically. We just decided to throw this open. So please, we hope we can have you as one of our supporters so we make change together. All right, thank you very much. We see the comments around the link not working. Please don't be worried about that. You would receive an email that contains the relevant link and extract of today's presentation. But beyond all of these, we just want to say a big thank you on behalf of ActionAid community sponsorship. We appreciate your support and we are grateful and hopeful that we will do more together. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
In most communities across Taraba State, the journey to school is long and demanding. And for some children, learning begins on an empty stomach. To break this circle, ActionAid Nigeria, with support from ECOWAS, introduced a school feeding program in Mayondaga and Sakaka communities, ensuring that learning is not interrupted by hunger.
Since the time that I've not yet been feeding program in this school, many children, they didn't come to school, they always do escape. But now that they are feeding us in the school, many children, they did not that if they do long break, they will go and eat and learn. Because of the feeding program, we are now having wisdom and understanding.
Before, I am coming to school very late because I am waiting for food at home. But now, I am coming to school very early because we are eating in the school.
Really, it has played a great impact. Before the starting of the feeding program, actually, the number of pupils were little. But with the coming of the feeding program, the population has increased. Pupils are now coming to school very early because they know even if they are not fed at home, they will come and fed at the school during breakfast. So it has increased the population greatly. Secondly, it has improved their performance in classes.
I am happy with the food feeding program because it helps us to learn well.
Before, we found it difficult to control the children in the school, but as this food feeding program came in fact, we see a new shape. Children can learn very well. They can stay in the school until the closing periods. Before they were escaping anyhow. Before, children, you see them sick in the school, you see them not healthy. But now this food nutrition that they are enjoying have improved their learning in the school, and they can stay till the closing hour, and they're doing very well. I really appreciate this program.
Before, our children, they were easily falling sick. Why? Because they were not getting good nutrition. So as the program started, they started to get the good feeding, balanced diet. Now, a lot of them they have changed. Some of them, they are very healthy and strong. We are no more carrying them to the hospital again.
We are thankful for this program because it has exposed us to so many things, especially hygiene, how to cook neatly, how to keep our environment clean, and how to keep our food safe in the store. I am also grateful for the stipend I am receiving. I am a widow, but the stipend helps me to relieve some financial pressure.
The water they help us. We dey take and cook, we dey take and wash our kitchen and pack and stuff. We dey drink them. The water is very nice. But it's as they teach us here to do hygiene. Before children go eat, you must wash hands before they get spoon job. Even me, the hygiene help me for my house because I don't know before if the person wash, they use spoon, but I go watch, I no go use spoon, but that thing help me to do hygiene for my house.
I'm here to show you my farm, my garden, where I've been farming with my family to help and supply the school and supply the children. I usually supply vegetable, I supply fruit like orange, like banana, and all the rest. And the supplies have really helped me a lot, me and my family. We have been we have improved in eating, and also in our family we have getting a little money to also support ourselves.
We call it Innovative Action for School Feeding Program because we designed it to strengthen the framework for institutionalization of school feeding program in Nigeria and to provide sustainable access to healthy diets for school pupils in 2 communities in Taraba State. We are implementing an integrated model of school feeding program whereby the design comes with water, sanitation, and hygiene. First of all, we made sure we renovated some part of the school, converted some parts to a canteen. So the children have a canteen where they go to eat. We provided water source through solar powered pump. Because of the terrain of the 2 communities, it was difficult to get water there, so we had to deploy solar powered pumps to get water for the community. We also integrated agroecological gardens to further support fresh vegetables, other food crops, and fruits, contributing fruits to the school feeding program.
So aside from feeding the pupils in the schools, we have also trained women, the canteen mothers, on good practices, nutrition and best practices in the school. This will further support the good hygiene and the feeding processes in the school. Aside that, we have also trained women, canteen mothers and women farmers on the Village Savings and Loan Association, which will also support the economic inclusion for women in the communities. Also, in addition, we've also trained women farmers in the community and young people on the agroecological practice in the community, which is also incorporating and integrating agroecology into the school feeding system. Here we train 70 women and young people from Mayudaga and 30 women and young people from Sakaka, which then go back to cascade this training to other community members in the communities. In addition, we've also strengthened the capacity of the school-based management committee of both schools, where we'll train them on their roles and their do's and don'ts in the school feeding process.
The journey is ongoing. Sustaining this program means sustaining hope for children, families, and entire communities.
We've also dewormed over 700 pupils in both communities using the Zolac medication, which will also contribute to improve the nutrition of the pupils in both communities.
This deworming is very essential for our children. You know, by deworming our children, it expels these worms that used to consume the nutrition that's supposed to have been absorbed by the body system. If it's not dewormed, then those nutrients will not be absorbed by the children. And at the end of the day, you find out that the child will look so emaciated, dehydrated, and he feel anemic too. So as such, I think it's a welcome idea. Thank you.
I want to take this time to appreciate the founders and the co-founders of this particular program, because the program has positively affected our enrollment in school. And the community too have benefited from this particular program, not just the pupils, because the water supply given to these two communities, which is powered by solar, is not just being used by the school, but the community to benefit from it. And then the canteen they made for our children, which they use in their feeding. This is something that has never been in these communities. They are seeing it for the first time. And my prayer is that people that are well-to-do will copy same and extend same to other communities. But on the overall, we are grateful to ECOWAS. We are grateful to Spanish Corporation and Action Aid as an office and someone that these activities take place directly under my watch. I want to say we are grateful